If you are suffering currently with any kind of prescription drug abuse, specifically pain pills, pain medications, if you are someone that suffers in a lot of pain, you have a lot of inflammation, you lack confidence, you just need a general uplift in mood and vibration, this video is going to be for you. I'm excited to share this information, and if you'll stay tuned through this whole video, I guarantee you'll probably learn something. I'm going to talk about a divine medicinal called Kratom. The correct Thai pronunciation is pronounced like Krathome, and I just pronounce it Kratom. Mitragyna Speciosa is what it is. It's a leaf. It's a divine leaf that comes from the Rubiaceae family, same family as the coffee, same plant family as the noni, same plant family as the guarana, and it can provide your body with some blissful harmony very, very rapidly when used correctly. Now, there's going to be a lot of disinformation out there about this divine medicinal because, of course, they want to try to control this. They want to ban this. It works so well. They want to make it illegal. They want to make it very difficult for you to get, and let me tell you, that's the reason why I'm excited to share this, because there is so much disinformation out there about it. Yes, in my opinion, it can become addicting if you take it all the time. Guys, you're going to take a spoonful of this powder, and it comes in different varieties, and I'm going to talk about all three and what all three can do. But if you suffer from any type of depression, if you need a little bit more confidence, if you're constantly tired or fatigued, you want to stay tuned into this because this medicinal could very well help you. It comes from... let me just first start by telling you what it's got in it. It's got ursolic acid, flavonoids, chlorophyll. It contains numerous indole alkaloids, which give the leaf its bitter flavor. It's a very, very bitter alkaloid. 66% of the alkaloid content is mitragynine. That's Mitragyne. The most psychoactive alkaloid is 7-hydroxymitragynine, which is, this is a psychoactive stimulant, guys. This is what this leaf is. Let me show you a picture of it so you know what it looks like. Let me focus in, sorry. That's it, and it's got these wonderful clusters on top. Let me focus, sorry. Yeah, it's got these wonderful yellow clusters you can see there on top, and that's the leaves of the Mitragyna Speciosa. And I'm excited to share this because not a lot of people know about this. And if you get familiar with it and you find a good, reputable brand or a company that produces this, I like to get it directly from the source. They harvest this ethically. It's all organic. Of course, it's not certified organic because they don't have to pay for certification over there. We only do that here in America because here in America they like to enslave people. But over there, they don't have to pay for certification. It's just organic. You know, if your soil is relatively clean, and you don't spray with pesticides, we shouldn't be required to label this. This should be how things are naturally in nature. It makes no sense to be raping the earth on a daily basis with poisoning the earth. You know, the reason we're sick is because our soil is dirty. The soil is dirty throughout the whole earth because they're spraying toxins in the air that rain down on us. And the key to longevity is to detoxify the liver. It's hard to detoxify the liver if you don't flood the cells with live enzymes. This is why I'm an advocate of juicing. The key to longevity is to detox that liver and to balance the intestinal flora in the gut. A healthy gut is a healthy body, and we've got all sorts of conditions. We are completely out of balance today. It's a zombie apocalypse out there, folks. We've got calcified pineal glands and inflammation running rampant through the whole body, overgrowth of candida, and we've got to balance all of this. We've got to detoxify detoxify from all of these ailments. And through the process, please know that as you're detoxifying, a lot of times these toxins come back out with a vengeance. You know, if you've undergone chemotherapy or radiation or any kind of if you've taken prescriptions for a long time, please know that these toxins eventually store at the bone level within the calcification, and it takes sometimes quite a while to detoxify this. And as we're detoxing, sometimes we can get a little down. We can get a little depressed. We can have these imbalances in the brain because the hemispheres, remember, they're not resonating in harmony. If your pineal gland is calcified, your right and your left hemisphere in your brain is not balanced. It's not in harmony. And we need to decalcify the pineal from all of this harmful rat poison sodium fluoride that's in the municipal water supply systems. This is not a naturally occurring element, and the smallest minute amount of this under the skin stores up under the dermal layer because remember, the liver is already in a toxic state. It has nowhere to go. And the smallest minute amount calcifies this gland, and I'm going to talk about an herb that stimulates at such a level, it's going to instantly put you in a good mood. A lot of people would describe it as a state of euphoria, but if you suffer from pain, if you have anxiety, if you have trouble sleeping at night, if you lack confidence and you're always shy, but that's typically not how you are, you just have a hard time being yourself around other people. You know, the problem with the world is we can't really be ourselves. You're friends with people that you can't be your true self around. If we're around people that consume low vibrations day in and day out, what do you think we're going to emit? If we're around people that consume poisons and toxins and defile their temple on a daily basis, what do you think is going to eventually happen to us? You know, we've got to collectively learn to raise our vibrations, and as you're detoxifying, sometimes we have to be away from these toxic people. But this is going to be an herb if you struggle with just a little bit of confidence issues. This is going to be an herb that really allows you to relax and just let go and be yourself. That's what I like about Kratom. And it's got such a bad rap, and this is such a shame for such a divine medicinal, and I want to try to set some of the records straight in this video. The use of Kratom is on the rise here for an increasing number of health benefits. When Kratom is ingested orally, the alkaloids can enter the bloodstream and they can do their work. There have been a few documented physical benefits of Kratom, which are lowered blood pressure, pain relief. It's a powerful analgesic, baby. Increased metabolism. It very good for calming of the opiate withdrawal, and I'll read some studies from a doctor at the end of this video regarding that. Antioxidant cell protection, control of blood sugar levels, antiviral protection, antibacterial protection. How divine is this? No wonder they want to make it illegal. It sounds a lot like one of my other favorite medicinals, the ganja, the marijuana. The wealth of Kratom's benefits for the human body are only beginning to be unlocked because they haven't really studied this too effectively. I think the more and more that they study us, the more they're going to try to synthesize this because they do, in fact, know that it works. They're going to want to synthesize it and toxify it just like they're trying to do with marijuana and THC. Before long, this is all going to be genetically modified, and this is not going to provide your body with any harmony. We cannot synthesize what Mother Nature produces divinely and organically. We cannot. It cannot be done. The side effects of Kratom are going to be stress relief, anxiety relief, easing depression-related symptoms, loosening of social fears, helping to regulate your sleep patterns. It's a mild sedative. In larger quantities, it's a heavy sedative. I don't recommend taking larger quantities of it. Guys, this is something that you can get addicted to, in my opinion. If you have an addictive personality and you have struggled with maybe addictions in the past, but you're not addicted anymore, or if you're currently addicted and you're trying to get off of something, if you're on pain pills now and you're trying to get off of them, you want to get yourself familiar with this herb because this is going to help to wean you off of this, and it will help with the pain too if you're suffering from pain. It's a natural energy booster. It assists with concentration. It's a mental stamina. mood enhancer. It promotes feelings of optimism and joy. I love it. It can be, how I take this, guys, it just comes in a powder, and I take this once or twice, sometimes 3 times a week. I don't take it every day because I do have an addictive personality, and I do like the way that it makes me feel, and I'm not trying to be on something every day. You know, we need to just be still. We need to have an inner peace where we're not relying on any other herb to do anything for us. We can harness the energy from the sun. And deep breathe. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth very, very deeply, multiple times a day. See, the world is sick because they're not breathing correctly. They're not breathing correctly, and the digestive system is always working, never gets a break. You're trying to digest 5 or 6 types of food in a meal, and your digestive system, therefore, is working all day as a result. You've got meat and stuff putrefying in the gut more than likely right now, and this is what is causing your inflammation. You've got inflammation in your body because there's an overgrowth of candida. And we've got to rid this, and we've got to detoxify the body. And guys, this is going to be an herb that if you are slightly prone to getting addicted to something, it can easily happen because you are going to like the way this makes you feel. So set some guidelines up front with this and say, I'm going to only use this 3 or 4 times a week to start to get myself off of these pain medications, or I'm going to use it daily for a while to get off the pain medications, and then back down to 2 or 3 times a week to eventually 1 to 2 times a week. This is not something, in my opinion, you want to be taken on a daily basis. We don't need to get accustomed to doing any of that all the time. We need to rotate all the things that we take because Mother Nature provides a divine wide array. But let me get more into the benefits, because the leaves can be chewed raw, or they can be dried and crumbled into a dry powder. There's different types of kratom because the leaves on one tree may produce 3 different colors. It'll produce a green, a white, and a red. And so therefore, when you buy this, it comes in a green, a red, and a white, and it is helpful to know just a little bit about it before you purchase it. And I'm not going to get into the companies we need to buy this from. You need to do your own research. I buy this directly from the source. It comes from the marshlands, which is where it grows organically. They do not use pesticides or toxins because generally that's not done in a lot of these foreign countries. So the soil is clean. This is a tree that belongs to the family Rubiaceae. It's the coffee, the noni, the guarana, like I said, and it is. I'm telling you, not many people know about this, and we need to get ourselves familiar with this because it can provide your body with some harmony. It's deeply relaxing. It's very clarifying. It's a meditational herb. I believe ancient days they used this tribally for meditational purposes because it's a very spiritual herb, kind of like the marijuana is to me. Kratom leaves have been observed to be viscerally pleasing in many, many ways. Wonderful if you're trying to get connected to the earth. We need to all take our shoes off and go and get connected in the Earth's vibrations. You know, they recently discovered that the Earth was resonating in higher vibrations. It used to be the Schumann resonance was 7.83 hertz, and they've discovered that this has actually gone up. This is why we need to take our shoes off and go get out and grounded in this. We need to be connected with the birds and the bees and the butterflies and the trees, baby. This is how you heal the body. We're disconnected right now, and we're connected to our technology, and this is the reason why you're inflamed. And this is going to be an herb that's going to help you better connect to the earth. Whether you use it for physical, mental, or even spiritual health benefits, it's up to you. In all cases, the herb and its powerful alkaloids will positively enhance your total state of well-being. And I do believe that. Now, let me talk about the different types. There's a white vein. Plant leaves with the white vein down the middle are typically described as being more energizing and help to contribute to a positive mood. They may be used as stimulants in the place of caffeine. So if you're addicted to coffee now with caffeine in it, this would be a good replacement to try to get you off of that. They may be used as stimulants in the place of caffeine to promote alertness, mental vigilance, and wakefulness. Users who take white vein kratom powders or capsules typically experience concentration as well as motivation and endurance when working for extremely long periods of time. It may counteract feelings of fatigue or drowsiness without causing anxiety or restlessness. So that's the white vein strain of kratom that I'm referring to. People who suffer from depression really benefits from this herb. Let me tell you a little tip on this. If you find the white veins too stimulating, and coffee, for example, is too stimulating for you, you may find the white vein too jittery. You may want to go with the green vein. Just we need to learn which vein resonates best for our own personal vibrations, because what I'm telling you is just a general guideline. This may not be the case for you. You may try a red vein and find it relaxes you and puts you to sleep like the red vein does with me. So you just need to test this out on your own and start with a very, very tiny dose. Whatever they're recommending, take between 2 and 4 grams. Cut that in half. Just do a little bitty teaspoon. I take it straight is how I do it, and then I follow it down with one of my juices. I extract live enzymes through a fully masticating juicer. I drink a majority of this down, and then I take the shot of kratom. I just put this dry herb in my mouth. It does taste bitter, but I love medicinals this way. And then I chase it down with the rest of my juice. And man, you talk about a euphoric blast of vibrations. That's what this kratom is going to do for you guys. It really will. So anyway, the white is really good for insomnia. If you have trouble sleeping, it's going to really regulate the melatonin and the serotonin in the brain. In my opinion, this helps to regulate the phytonutrients, the oils that are secreted in the pineal. That's what I believe it does. Now, of course, there's no studies to show this, so this is just all my opinion on it at what I just referred to, because you won't find a lot of studies. They don't study these divine medicinals. They don't want to know much about them. What they want to do is they want to take one component out of it and they want to synthesize it, and they want to combine it with something else and then do a study on it. And see, you can't do a study that way. That's the reason why our studies today are so flawed, is because they'll take one phytonutrient component out and they'll study that one herb, and Mother Nature doesn't provide them that way. When we take the kratom leaf, we take the whole leaf. We're just not taking out one alkaloid. This makes no sense. It can, anyway, that's the white vein. The red vein, most of the kratom that's sold today is red vein. It's described as having a more calming influence. It can help you unwind. It can help you release tension. Great for the evening time. It can help you to quiet your mind. It provides a sense of well-being and optimism. Very balancing, the red vein is. The white vein, I think, is probably a little more balancing. I like the white vein, it's my favorite. Next to that would be the red, and then I like the green. I like them all. I take different strains at different moments for different things. Red kratom is also well suited for use as a sleep enhancer. So if you suffer from insomnia, this is going to be one you can take before bed, and it will help you to sleep. It's a dream herb. You're going to dream blissfully and have some divine lucid dreams. Physically, this type of kratom is known to reduce pain, but please know, let me give you a little tip on the dream thing. Our dreams are toxic right now, and you're having nightmares because your body is toxic. You have trouble sleeping now, and you can't dream properly, or you have nightmares in your dream. Your liver is toxic. We should not be having these horrific nightmares people are suffering from. Anyway, that was just a little helpful tip thrown in there. Red kratom can be used for muscle tension or as an alternative to pharmaceutical painkillers. If you're trying to get off of the pain pills, you want to go with the red vein kratom to start, probably. Buy from a reputable company that harvested ethically and organically. A lot of these companies that have popped up overnight as a result of Kratom's popularity, they're not processing this correctly, or they're processing it, period. They're putting it through some sort of process that strips it of its nutrients, either heat or some sort of sifting process that takes out certain components. And see, I don't like this. We need to consume the whole leaf, and it's fine if they want to crush up the whole leaf and grind it up in the powder like I like to take, or if we just take the whole leaf, but buy from some place that they're getting it directly from the tree. I don't like to get from middleman. I don't like to get from anybody that's packaged it and labeled it some funky name. This is the snake oil salesman out there on the Kratom. So that's what I struggle with about this video, because you're going to want to ask me where to buy it from, and I'm not going to tell you, because I have one divine source and I get it straight from the source, and it literally comes from the tree. And it's not, a lot of people can't buy it that way. See, I help people that have cancer and sickness, and so this is really good for pain that they have, and so I keep this in stock at all times, because if somebody is struggling or they're having a severe healing reaction, people have these healing reactions when they're detoxifying from radiation and chemotherapy poisons, and they can be in a considerable amount of pain. And this is an herb that I give them. They take it, and they're familiar with it. They've had it before, and they like it. The first time they try it, it's an instant pain relief. Provide some calming and peace of mind to the mind. This is the reason why I like it. It's also to remember that the doses vary depending on the quality that you get. If you get it not a good quality, you're going to find that it takes more to work for you. In small doses, the red vein can produce some stimulant effect, but for the most part, that type of kratom is primarily used for serenity and tranquility. So that's the red vein. Just remember, red vein is more of a relaxing herb, good herb for the evening time. Now, the green vein is kind of in between the white and the red. It's kind of in the middle. It's a mild energy booster that can perk you up without putting you on edge. Users say that it helps them to achieve a centered state of alertness and focus. It's a little subtler than the red or the white vein. It's documented as useful in treating pain, but without leading to lethargy or drowsiness that other analgesics can do. Popular brands of the green are known as Sumatra, green Borneo Thai, green Malaysian. Kratom is sometimes mixed with reds or white strains to give a more well-rounded range effect. I don't really like a lot of the mixing, but I know some people do mix them. So you're just going to want to harmonize with the way that this vibrates, and then learn how you want to take it. But I typically don't mix them all up. I like to stick with one type and then go off of that for a period of time, and then go with a different type, and then go off that for a period of time, and then go with a different type. See, this is how Mother Nature works. The synergistic harmony of Mother Nature, when you learn to rotate the divine medicinals, can be quite beneficial to you. Kratom is often used for treatment of social anxiety and for recreational purposes. Can be very calming and relaxing and balancing. Now, let me give you let me read to you a few studies, because this is used for treatment of opiate addiction, and I'm going to read to you what they have found out. A lot of people have become addicted to methamphetamine, cocaine, or heroin, and they really want to quit. They want to get off these. They begin with recreational use, and they don't think they're going to be addicted, and before they know it, they're addicted. Making withdrawal more endurable and therefore a little easier, we need to try to balance the hormones in the body. In Southeast Asia, kratom has long been used for cough, diarrhea, muscle aches, and pain. It's also used as a replacement for opium when opium isn't available, and has been used to wean people off of opium, that narcotic. They studied it. They freeze-dried it and tested it in mice. and the results indicated that the tea had some undesirable effects, but that the modifications eliminate them and show great promise. These mice were addicted to morphine, basically, and it helped to lessen the withdrawal effects. Taking the work a step further, the group isolated the plant's most abundant alkaloid, mitragynine, and tested the pure compound. Results indicate this compound's activity is superior to methadone in the mouse withdrawal assay. So the mice that were addicted to the morphine, they used methadone on, and they had these horrific withdrawal symptoms. And the kratom was better than the methadone. It worked better. Of course it does, because methadone's not natural. Doesn't come from nature. It's something synthesized. This is a good treatment for people addicted to hardcore narcotics such as morphine, oxycodone, heroin. The doctor's name on this is McCurdy. The compounds have been known for years, but we're working to come up with an improved, synthetic analog or a better formulation of the tea for testing in humans, because they do want to synthesize this, and then I think they're going to screw it all up. But that's how doctors do. But collaborating on the study is Dr. Edward Boyer, professor of emergency medicine and director of medicinal toxicology at the University of Massachusetts School of Medicine. He's an opium treatment specialist. Anyway, the analysis that they took of this material by a patient at the University of Colorado emergency room. I'm sorry, I was just reading to you the wrong thing. They found that it provides an enormous benefit, Boyer said. We have been able to distinguish the effects of kratom from those of other drugs whose presence was unanticipated, he said. This has allowed us to document that some toxicity of kratom is actually from other pharmaceutical agents. A couple of people went to the hospital because, see, this is why it's got a bad rap. A few people went to the hospital and they found out it was laced with something else. It was laced with morphine and codeine, and see, of course this is going to be harmful. You cannot combine this with alcohol, guys. Kratom is not an herb to combine with the pain pill now. You don't combine it with anything else. This is an herb that's not going to play around for ailments in your body. It's going to help to bring some balance to your body. So we don't want to be combining this with any other thing, because this is a heavy alkaloid. You're going to have some very negative reactions. If you're on prescription medications now and you want to just wean yourself off of it, do not take it at the same time. We need to be clearly in the clear from the time span when we've taken like a pain pill, for example, and then we take our kratom. You're trying to come off of pain medications. You've got to stop taking the pain medications for a while, and then you can hit it with the kratom, and then this is how it's going to be beneficial for you. You cannot take it in conjunction. This is dangerous, people, dangerous, because we need to learn how these herbs vibrate for our own vibrations before we start taking them with anything else, because what I was reading to you there was about somebody that was taken to the Colorado ER. They revealed it was laced with hydrocodone and morphine. They analyzed it and they studied it, and so this is the reason why it's got a bad rap, and they want to try to make this illegal. Let me read. When the drug was given to rats, the rats stopped taking the cocaine. What makes it so interesting is the drug had no other effects of activities in the rat. No effect in other activities of the rat. This kind of is selectively what makes the drug suitable as, it's not a drug, makes the medicinal suitable. Because it didn't really change anything else. The rats were trying to come off of this, and it just helped. Today, there's not really anything out there to treat cocaine or methamphetamine addiction successfully. To block the seizures, other complications associated with overdoses of drugs, such as crack, crystal meth, ecstasy. And this is one that's going to help you come off of this, guys. I'm telling you it will. I'm telling you, in my opinion, it will, because I've seen how this herb works in action. This herb could potentially be the first kind ever that we have learned that can have these effects, and that's the reason why I'm doing this video, and that's the reason why I'm so excited about it, because there's nothing quite like it. So my recommendation, let me listen to this part very carefully. It's the most important part of this video. Start with just a little bit. Okay, if you're wanting to try this, I recommend getting a little sample pack of all three varieties. Get the white, the green, the red. Try to buy it organic. Try to get it from as close to the source and directly from the source as possible. Not a middleman stationed in California that set up shop and they're processing theirs or whatever they do. Okay, little helpful tip there. Try to get it that comes directly from the source. Sometimes this is hard to do. But if you are buying it from a middleman, make sure you're buying it from a one that you trust, okay? Because if this is combined with anything else, it can be very dangerous. This is not an herb that you just want to go asking around for on the streets, because you're not going to know what else they've got in it. If you've got not honest friends and they want to give you some to try, you need to be very careful that it might be laced with something that's harmful to your body. We have to use common sense with this herb, because they are going to try to do these toxic things to this herb to make you feel better. And you don't have to do that with this. This is going to make you feel better all on your own, but start with just a teeny tiny bit. If the recommended dose for you is between 2 and 4 grams, you'll develop a balance of what you like. But start with just a little bit. Start with 1 to 2 grams, just a portion of a teaspoon, guys. Start with this and see how your body reacts to it. And then build up to using a little bit more. The key with the Kratom is the more that you use, the less it's effective. It's actually a very small dose for me that's quite effective for quite a while. Some of the strains hit about 20 minutes after you take them. You have the divine, balancing, euphoric feeling in the body. It's going to last for a few hours, and then you'll find that some of the strains last a little bit longer. I find the white vein lasts just a little bit longer, 4 to 6 to 8 hours sometimes. The red one's a little less than that, and the green about the same as the red, a little less. Some of them is depending on the quality. It can spike you. It can send you on a real euphoric high, and then there can be a crash with it. And see, this is a sign that it's either not the right vein for you, or it's a sign that it's not pure and they've cut it with something else. But the white vein, you'll find, for me it does last a little bit longer. But with all this being said, my caution is to start with just a little bit. Start with the small amount and then build up to using more and more. I find it beneficial to take this along with juicing. I make the basic juice blend of apple, carrot, lemon, ginger, beet with the little turmeric and black pepper for the curcuminoids and the rhizome of the curcumin to be absorbed and stay active in the body longer. And I take it with this herb, and I find it beneficial this way. See, I think we need other enzymes to disperse and act as a catalyst to the kratom, and so I find that it combines really well with live enzymes. It's not going to combine it with anything else, guys. It's not going to combine with dead, cooked, processed, packaged, genetically modified foods. You're not going to get the ultimate vibration from this herb if you consume it this way. So that's just a little helpful tip, but start with just a little bit. If you like it so much that you immediately want to take more when that wears off 4 to 6 hours later, it's going to take your pain away for 4 to 6 hours, depending on the strain that you get. In some cases, it will do this. You're going to want to take more and take more and take more, and no. This is where it can become dangerous, and this is where we can kind of have an addiction to it, because we don't need to use anything that way, guys. We need to balance the body, and then not need to rely on anything. Honestly, like I was telling you, the deep breath and the sun. That's really all we need if we silence the mind. But this herb, start with the small amount and then build up to using more if you need it for pain relief. Start with the small amount because we need to get yourself familiar with it. So So start with whatever they're recommending you take, 2 grams, start with a fourth of that if you need to, and just see how your initial reaction is. And then the next time you take it, take the full recommended dose, 2 to 4 grams or whatever. You'll determine your threshold after you start taking it. If you take too much of it, guys, you can throw up. You can have a very severe negative reaction. It'll make you really tired, or it will put you to sleep. Don't plan on taking this if you're going to try to operate machinery or you're going to drive and go somewhere. Do not do that. It needs to be a meditational type atmosphere. I don't recommend taking around others that are resonating in low vibrations because crazy things happen. The first time you take this, you need to be by yourself. You need to have not anything planned. And just relax and see how you do, see how long it lasts, and that's how you build up the amount that you want to use. That's how you know the amount that you want to use and what you're tolerant to. Because if you take too much, this can be a bad thing, and it can just put you. It can just make you tired. That's all. I mean, a bad as in it might just conk you out. So determine what the right dosage is for you, and don't get addicted to this where you're wanting to take it on a daily basis every day. Because you will like it. You will like this. This herb is going to help you so much if you have pain, if you have depression, if you have any kind of anxiety. I personally take it between 2 and 3 times a week. Some of the people that I help that have cancer, they take it daily. I know people that I'm in communications with in different states that I have recommended this to, and they've found it beneficial, and they take it every day. And then they will have a period of detoxifying from it, and they'll go off of it. And then sometimes they'll go back to it, but the second time they go back to it, they'll use less and less of it. See, as you're getting off of the opiates and the pain pills, you want to start with 1 dose of this at certain times of the day, whatever you're deciding to do, and then work to not need it. We don't need to become dependent on any medicinal, like I said. But just some helpful tips on that. Starting out, start with a small amount and figure out what's right for you, and then determine how much you want to take after that, and just set in your mind a limit. I'm not going to take any more than this for this period of time, and then stick with it. Don't negate outside of that. The whole world is in a shade of gray currently. There's no moral compass in the world because everybody's brain is parasitic. Everybody's toxic. And this is the reason why people aren't in balance. And this herb is going to be an herb that helps to bring things in balance for you. That's why I love it. I find it super, super beneficial. And many of the people that have pain and inflammation do as well. And many people that have been on antidepressants and want to get off of them, detoxify from them for a little bit, and then go into something like this and see if this doesn't do it for you, because I bet it will. I bet it will. I bet it just might do that for you. I'm pretty confident in it because I know how it vibrates. I've taken it, and I love it. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, and positive vibrations to you. Get your juice on and detoxify your liver. Balance the intestinal flora in your gut. And then learn to start taking this if you feel like you want to do that. Have a great day.